Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Marcos Viegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stagefront VIP. Being joined with one of my favorite people to talk to in general in boxing. Overall, just a good dude. Mr. Oscar Valdez, who's returning to the ring May 20th as the co-main event on this Haney versus Lomachenko pay-per-view card, taking on Adam Blue Nose Lopez once again. Oscar, how are you, my man?
How's it going, Marcos? I'm pretty good. Pretty excited to be back. Last year was a rough year. I had my first loss. It was rough on me. After that, we had an incident falling off some stairs, broke 2 ribs here in my back.
This is the first time hearing of this.
You didn't hear about this?
No, I didn't hear it. You broke your ribs?
Yeah, it was I got a lot of heat through social media because I said I broke my back and people were making fun of me like Mike Tyson. No, but it was actually 2 ribs on my back because I fell out on my back, but it was ribs on my back. So yeah, I had to pause for some time. I thought I was healed. I was healed. We get the fight with Vaquero Navarrete. I was in preparation and I got hit to the body that re-injured the same fracture and it got broken again. So it was very hard on me. Everything was crumbling. I thought I would keep on asking myself, why is this happening to me? Because these back-to-back bad things were coming to me. So it was a little upsetting. But this is a new year. I feel physically, mentally prepared. The injury is 100% healed, and I'm ready. I'm ready to come back. I'm hungrier than ever. I miss boxing. I miss being in the ring. I miss fighting. I miss being called a champ. So this year, my dream, my goal is to become a world champion. And for that to happen, I first have to fight against Adam Lopez, who's a fighter who I fought in 2019, who can't take nothing lightly with this guy because as people who saw the fight know that I got sent to the canvas in the first round due to some mistakes. He caught me good caught me with clean uppercut, sent me to the canvas, and it was a pretty tough fight until eventually I caught him. There was a little back and forth where people were saying that maybe it was stopped a little bit too early. Adam Lopez seemed upset, saying that he wanted the rematch, that he deserves another shot. And that was in the past. But then I get a phone call saying that there's a fight, we want to take it. I said yes. I can't not take any fights right now because the worst thing that can happen to a boxer is being inactive. And I want to get back in the ring and get some rounds, and do my best again. But like I said, I'm well prepared. And we've been doing an excellent job. Me and Eddie, we're working very hard. I always work hard, always train hard, but this time we're training smarter, training our counter punches, using our leg movements, our head movement, trying to last in the boxing world. If you want to last in the boxing world, you got to get hit the less possible. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm very excited for May 30th. It's going to be a great undercard. Obviously, me as a boxing fan, who doesn't want to see David Haney and Lomachenko. But we'll focus on fighting. And then after that, God willing, everything happens, everything goes well, then we'll look for the world title. But right now, 100% focused.
Yeah, I remember hearing that was going to be the next fight, you and Navarrete. Why did you choose to go to this fight instead of just kind of waiting for Navarrete?
So this fight, when my second injury happened exactly December 1st. So it was 2 more. We still needed all December and then February and January because we were going to fight February with Vaquero. By the first month, I was already semi-healed. So we knew that by the time that Vaquero was going to finish the fight, I was already going to be well, 100% healed. But we know that Vaquero, I haven't seen a case where somebody was a world title and then they're up to a fight right away. So they offered me to fight, and I can't dismiss no fights. Like I said, if it's any fight, I'll take it. Like I said, the one thing that kills a boxer is being inactive. So it's not it wasn't because we don't want to fight Vaqueros. Obviously, any fighter out there wants a chance for the world title. So, we said yes. We want the whatever fight they throw in front of us, and then if God willing, if it goes well, then we go against Vaquero Navarro or whoever was a champion right now in the division.
Yeah, it's been by the time you fight, it will have been more than a year since you've been in the ring. The last fight officially that you had was against Shakur Stevenson. It didn't go your way. I know you've had some time now to process that loss. What lessons are you taking from that loss and bringing it in not only to this fight, but just overall your approach now?
Lessons, you always learn from everything, from when you win, but sometimes you learn more when you lose. As far as even in the boxing world and even in life, who the true ones who stay with you when you lose. And also in the boxing world, I had to learn for the first time that it doesn't matter how hard you train, how disciplined you are, how much you give your best. Sometimes the guy you got in front of you is just simply better than you. And that was a hard pill to swallow because I work hard. People who know me know that I work extremely hard in the gym. I give it my best every time. And every time in the ring with a fight, I give it 100%. And the moment that it didn't go my way, that I lost against Shakur, and I seen a lot of people there, a lot of my friends and family, and just seeing a lot of my fans there, and not giving them a victory was a hard pill to swallow, knowing that the guy I had in front of me was better. So you learn from that as well. You learn from that. You learn that sometimes you gotta train even harder, smarter, and that's what we're doing right now. Sometimes the fighter is not defined by the victories, but from their losses, how you get up from those losses and how you continue. I can't let this loss determine my career, and it doesn't stop here because I feel I got a lot more to prove, and I still got a lot of fighting in me. Yeah.
Either two things happen when a undefeated fighter loses their O. One, they get better from it, like you mentioned. They don't let it get to them. Or two, it completely just takes over them, and they kind of reshuffle the house, reshuffle the deck. They get rid of their trainers and all that, and bring in a new trainer on board. You decided to stick with Eddie, and you're there in Guadalajara training right now for your fight alongside Canelo, who has a fight coming up also as well. Why did you decide to stick with the team you have as opposed to what a lot of people have done and just completely change teams when they get a loss?
Because it's nobody's fault. It's not the trainer's fault. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Most of the times, it's not the trainer's fault why a fighter loses. It's the fighter's mistakes that makes the mistakes, and sometimes doesn't want to listen to the advices that the trainer is telling you. But the trainer can tell you everything, exactly what to do. He can tell you give you the blueprint of how to win the fight. But the fighter's the one inside the ring. Sometimes even if the fighter tries, sometimes some fighters get even scared with the crowd, or sometimes, like I said before, sometimes the fighter you got in front of you is just better. He's got better footwork. He's got better head movement. He's faster than you. Probably carries out one hitter quitter. One shot ends everything. And it wasn't the trainer's fault. It was the fighter's fault. So why change? I feel like I was improving. I've been improving during the years with Eddie. I don't see what point why to leave. On the contrary, we win together, we lose together, but we continue. But yeah, like I said, you learn from those losses a lot. So now we're just working hard, trying to get back in there again.
You've been having this whole camp in Guadalajara. How does Canelo look in camp? And what have you picked up from him in this camp?
Well, Canelo always looks good in camp. It is what it is. He always stays in the gym. Canelo does two things. Very simple. He trains, then he goes play golf. Then he goes back to play again. That's the two things he does.
You gonna pick up golf?
My sports would be running, boxing, and swimming. Those are my two sports that I like to do, endurance sports. But yeah, Canelo, that's all he does. That's all he does. He fights. The next Monday, he's back in the gym, believe it or not. We've seen it personally. So, you got to admire somebody who does that. That's why he's right now the face of boxing, because he might go out every now and then, but he's the next day in the gym. Then that same day he trains, he gets ready for golf, and then goes back to golf. I don't see how he does it, because we work hard in the gym. I train hard. We meet him, go train hard in the gym. I go back to sleep or to rest up for the next training session. He doesn't. He goes to play golf and then comes back to the gym.
You know, I got to ask you, since he's your stablemate, Canelo, there's been a lot of talk about David Benavidez. I'm just curious, you knowing Canelo so intimately and being in camps with them, does David have a shot
for a fight
to beat him?
Well, everybody got a shot. Everybody got a shot. Yeah. I was giving Ryan a shot to win Gervonta Davis. People were saying, I was saying it was more 50-50 fight. And there's fights, obviously that are not even that even, and the other guy wins. Everybody got a chance to win. Us fighters, we all train hard. I know Benavidez trains hard. I know Canelo trains hard. I know Bivol trains hard. We all train hard, and by doing that, you got a lot of chance. Everybody got a chance to be the next. Sometimes all you need is one opportunity. There was a time where nobody knew who Manny Pacquiao was. So maybe he was the time where he beat Marco Antonio Barrera. There was a time where nobody knew who Chino Maidana was until he beat Victor Ortiz. There was a time where a lot of these fighters weren't that known until they beat that one guy. So you can never count somebody like that. You can never outcount someone like Adam Lopez, someone like Benavidez, like any of these fighters, because we all have the same dream. We all have the same dream of becoming a world champion. Somebody's consistent, disciplined, and they're doing their best every day, you got a big chance. But I got to be honest. I see Canelo very focused on one thing and one thing only. He doesn't mention anybody else, but he mentions Bivol. He wants to beat Bivol. After him losing to Bivol, something sparked on him. He brought that animal back in him. Every day he's working hard. I can see it. And he's looking in great shape. He's looking in great, speed. He always has that defense. But you can tell his mindset is different right now. He wants to win this fight and then go after Bivol. I can tell.
Since you brought it up, I just got to get your reaction. What did you think about Ryan getting stopped by Gervonta?
Well, I was surprised because I was picturing that fight to go. I was rooting for Ryan, by the way. I could see Ryan knocking somebody out, like knocking Tank out, because I see him knock out a lot of guys in the ring in sparring sessions. And I could picture Tank knocking him out. I picture the fight in different ways, but I didn't pick him losing by a body shot. For some reason, I didn't imagine that. I could even imagine that fight going to distance, when a lot of people were saying, no, that fight's going to end by knockout. But like I said, I picture it all different ways that I didn't picture it as a body shot. I hear a lot of comments. People say that he could have got up. He should have done this, should have done that. But a lot of these guys that say that, I feel like they never got hit to the body. Those body shots, they hurt. They hurt more than getting knocked down. Because when you get knocked down, you don't really feel nothing. You go to sleep. But the body shot, it paralyzes you. There's nothing you can do about it. So, Tank looked great. Tank looked there's levels to this. And Tank looked like he was on another level that night. He did what he had to do, and much respect to Tank for doing that. Like I said, I was rooting for Ryan. I thought Ryan was going to pull it off. But I don't think it's the end of Ryan either. I think Ryan has a lot of future in front of him. Ryan's tough. I hear a lot of things about him being a social media guy, being a YouTuber, TikTok and other, but Ryan's legit. But the only difference is there's levels to this. There's levels to this. It takes it at a different level. And like I said, much respect to both fighters, and I wish them both well.
Yeah, I think you're an authority to be able to speak on if somebody could have gone or not, because if fans do or do not know, you fought Scott Quigg with a broken jaw, and you lasted 12 rounds. You know how it is in there. So I'm glad you touched on that, because a lot of people have said that about him, about Ryan.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of people just talk to talk because they really got hit in the face. You can say a lot of quotes. One of the quotes that I love about Mike Tyson is, You know, everybody got a game plan until they get punched in the face. Or like Roger, was it Roger or was it Roger Senior or was it?
Yeah, you don't know ish about boxing, right?
Yeah,
yeah, that's Roger.
But it's kind of true because not a lot of people got hit to the body. When you get hit to the body, it literally paralyzes you. There's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta accept the fact that you got hit with a good shot.
I'm just curious. You seen him spar? Was that a shot that would land on Ryan when you saw him sparring over there in San Diego? Like, did you know? Like, oh yeah, well, he is susceptible to that.
I wasn't here. I wasn't for this camp. You know,
yeah, but before I'm talking about before.
Yeah, when it was with Eddie, you know, I seen him crack some guys, and even before Eddie, you know, when I was in training at Legends and in The Rock, you know, I used to see him spar and he would knock out guys left and right, and not just
ever touch him. No one would ever touch him with the body, though.
Yeah. Nobody would hit him to the body, and me and him never sparred. But I always said if I were to spar him, I would try to go to the body because of how tall he was. But Ryan, like I said, man, Ryan's legit. He's a tough fighter. But hopefully, hopefully this doesn't bring him down. Hopefully, he just keeps his head up, stays positive. You know, see him in the positive road, God, and I want to see him back. I want to see him back and well.
No, I don't have you on for too much longer. Got a time limit, but gotta ask you. You shared the ring with Shakur. You know how good Shakur is. Is Shakur the guy that beats Gervonta in your opinion?
No, it's a tough one because Tank carries a punch, but if you're gonna knock somebody out, you gotta first hit him. And Shakur is very difficult to hit. He's always a step away. You know, Shakur. What can I say? People saw the fight. You know, I gave my best, and you know, try to land those shots is not easy. It's not easy. And even if you land those shots, it's in a defensive way where he's kind of backing up, and you can't get him with a clean shot to even land that knockout that everybody wants. You know, so. But then again, I'm not Tank. You know, Tank's a bigger fighter. He's a faster fighter. He might be more aggressive. It's an interesting fight, but I've never been in the ring with Tank, so I can never say. But I've been in the ring with Shakur, so I know what Shakur got. And if that fight were to ever happen, I'll be rooting for Shakur.
And my last thing to go ahead and finish off the interview, Oscar. You mentioned earlier that Blue Nose knocked you down, that it was a close fight for a while it lasted. What do you want to prove with this fight? What do you want to show? I would imagine that you want to have a definitive oomph going into a potential fight against Navarrete, right?
Just want to be back. Just want to be back. That's all that's in my mind. I want to be back. But I want to be back in the highlights in the spot. I want my fans to see a good fight. That's just it. I just want to be back. I miss it. I miss boxing. You know, I've been away for too long. For many people, it just might be a year, but it's been a long year for me. But I'm hungry. I'm ready to come back.
All right, that's Oscar Valdez, co-main event, May 20th on pay-per-view, taking on Adam Blue Nose Lopez. Oscar, man, thank you. Last message to the fans, where they can follow you, all that stuff. Let us know.
Everybody, if you guys want to follow me, is Oscar Valdez 56, Twitter, Instagram, everything, all social media. That's all I got. Just tune in for this fight. You know, it's going to be a great card. You got Loma, Devin Haney. It's a phenomenal fight. You know, it's a good one. It's a good one. And then plus, I'm going to be there. I'm going to give my best to give you guys what you guys want. It's a good fight. And just tune in. And this year, we've got to be champions again. So, you know, God bless everybody and tune in.